Well, good morning. It's Mel Tempest from the Women's Leaders Fitness Business Podcast. And this morning I'm speaking to Deb Goldberg. Deb is a fitness catalyst, a tech lover creating change across the fitness business industry internationally. Deb is the founder of Subaclass, a much needed fitness industry tool for group fitness instructors, group fitness managers, and club owners. Deb has spent the last several years creating less stress and more connection and communication with her Subaclass app. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Mel. Thank you so much for having me in your podcast. Very grateful for you to invite me for a second time around. So I'm excited.
You're very welcome. And so much has happened in the last couple of years with Subaclass. I mean, everywhere I look, I just see the Subaclass logo, and you work so hard 24/7 with the growth of this great application. For those who don't know what Subaclass is, can you just take us back to the beginning and then tell us all about the growth since we last spoke?
Indeed, Mel, the app has grown so much since we last spoke. And for those listeners who haven't had the opportunity to listen to our first interview, I'm going to tell you a little bit what Subaclass is and how it all came about. So my elevator pitch for Subaclass is an app that helps fitness instructors find the right cover for their classes. So it's like a four-way marketplace, right? We help instructors connect them with other fitness instructors to cover their class, but we are also enhancing the way in which we are creating jobs in the fitness industry. So someone that, may have a 9-to-5 job, but their passion is to still teach fitness. They're able to find 1 or 2 classes per week on the Subaclass app and get that extra shift and get that, their high side hustle into their income. So I'm going to talk about a little bit on how Subaclass came about and its why. I was at the IDEA convention in 2017. I think it was up in Las Vegas. And I kept getting messages from instructors worldwide, especially in Singapore, where they were looking for covers. And the WhatsApp group kept pinging, and I'm trying to sleep because of the time difference. And I thought, as an entrepreneur, and you will know this, we try and find solutions, create products to make other people's life easier. And in my head, I was thinking there must be a better way in which group fitness instructors communicate and connect with the rest of their community to find a solution, which is finding covers. And it's not only at that ground level of fitness instructors, it goes out to your club manager, it goes to your club area manager, and at the end of the day, that hits your bottom line, as a company, how much are you paying annual leave or sick leave, and at the end of the day, it's all about the members. Right? Your members always come for that particular instructor. And if that instructor is not teaching the class, you're disappointing the member. So, that's really how Subaclass came about. I thought there must be a better way in which group instructors are connecting and communicating. And within, I think, 4 to 6 months, Subaclass was born with a very simple beta version where the instructor could, still connect either via Facebook or Gmail, create a simple basic profile, and post what kind of class they needed a cover for. They'll be able to insert the name, the time, the location, and the rate. So that version happened when we first spoke back, I think it was 2017 or 2018. And since then, we've launched already version 2, which is a more improved and enhanced version of Subaclass. And really, this latest version, you can post class, of course, a unique cover, and post the times that you are available to cover. And that's what I mean. It's a full-sided marketplace. Someone posts the class that they need covered, and then someone goes into the app and also checks what are the available classes to cover. We've included a rate and review system for other users to see, the review of other instructors that would like to cover their classes. And basically, this is a way of optimizing a pre-screen capabilities. You see someone's profile, you like them, you don't like them. So it's a little bit of a Tinder action within the app, right? Because we need to know who's covering our class, right? Our members are always that number one people that we need to think about when we're looking for someone to cover us. And the biggest move we've done, Mel, for version 2 is that we've actually moved to a monthly subscription model, because we feel that all these new features do add value to that instructor's business. And from adding value with that monthly subscription, we're also talking to other partners within the industry to give benefits, either education or training, apparel, whatever it comes. So we're very excited of what 2020 is bringing to the Subaclass community. And, we are in around 15 countries. Of course, our top 3 countries are Australia, US, and Singapore. So that's very, very exciting news for us.
I mean, you've had fantastic growth, Deborah. So congratulations on that. You must be very proud to see that all the hard work that you're putting in is paying off. From a club owner's perspective, I mean, I think this is an absolutely fantastic tool. There is nothing worse, than having to find a fill-in for a class. I've worked at some centres as an instructor where I've actually seen the GFM. She'll sit on the phone for 2 or 3 hours trying to find somebody to fill in a class. And in some cases, the worst scenario where they've actually had to cancel a class. And there's nothing worse than having to notify your members as they come through the door that a class has been cancelled. Can I just ask you, with the Subaclass tool, and I love how you said it's sort of like a Tinder, you get to put reviews up on instructors and you can sort of police the people who are going to be filling in for you. If you were just like in one location, so let's just say I am the group fitness manager of 20 or 30 clubs and they're scattered out through, say, Melbourne or New South Wales. Can I just sort of zone in on one area? Does that allow me to do that?
So how our notifications work? So I post a job here in Sydney. Anyone who is 50 kilometers, between 50 and 60 kilometers within my radius, and for your American listeners, I think that's between 25 and 30 miles within the radius of where I post the class. Those are the only people that can see that notification. So it's like when you call for an Uber. You need an Uber. Some Uber in Melbourne doesn't need to know that you need an Uber, right? Yep. So the same case with Subaclass. It's only within a 50 to 60 kilometer radius or where the actual location of the class. But if we're going to take it to club owners, and that's been part of the growth of our company, is that we actually have a white label product for bigger facilities, because we know within the industry that big box gyms, they like to keep a close eye and their community within a closed environment. So our white label product helps that club manager ping or notify their own staff members where a class is needed or where a cover is needed. And within that, we can provide incredible data and analytics that currently not other software product in the market can offer. So you can sort by suburb or, within your cluster, who's covering what, how many classes that one instructor is covering. Because I feel sometimes, for example, if I'm teaching 10 or 15 classes a week, and out of that 15 classes a week, I'm getting UMail to cover 8 of my yoga classes, that needs to tell something to my GFM. It's either that I don't like to teach yoga or that I need more training for my yoga skills. So it's not only analytics, but a lot of KPIs club managers will have access to within our white label product.
See, I love that, Deb, because what that does is, and we have to be really honest about this, it's not unusual for a GFM who may work on a part-time basis, and a lot of them do nowadays, to not actually see what's happening with the fill-ins in their club over a 30-day period. Because as long as the classes are covered, usually that's what a GFM says, as long as the classes are covered and the classes go ahead, that's just all I'm concerned about. So I love the fact that you're saying, if I, Mel, have 10 classes a week and, I've got these cycle classes and I really don't want to teach them, so I keep getting other people to fill in. It alerts the GFM to, we've got to have an issue, Mel keeps getting a fill in every Monday night at 6 o'clock for her cycle class, or at least every second one. So that alerts the GFM to, there is actually an issue within the group fitness programming. And, you and I both know that there's been a massive turnaround in group fitness in the last 2 years, and it is now the go-to place for a large majority of participants, especially, the 45 plus market. They're going back into the group fitness room. They're wanting to do those classes that were popular, 10 years ago.
Yes.
The white label, now this is really, really interesting. As you know, we've got the white label podcast, so I totally get where you're coming from. I would be saying to any of those franchisors that I've been speaking to over the last 6 months that are going to be launching in the Australian marketplace in 2021, I would be getting in touch with Deb, because what she's saying is that you can put your branding onto her product. That means that you're going to have complete control in regards to what's going on within your group fitness business, what's going on with your team leaders, and what's going on with your staff. So, Deborah, I think the white label product of Subaclass is an absolutely fantastic idea, and more chains and new boutiques coming to Australia really need to get on board with it.
Thank you, Mel. And the beauty as well of the white label, and I know it's also a pain within the industry, is finding staff, right? So think about that white label product where you can see everything. Now your instructors are totally transparent. But what about if you need more staff? You really don't need to go out there and pay X amount of dollars to find more staff. We can actually help you with push notification to reach out to all our users, all our Subaclass users within the area, and say, hey, XYZ gym is launching now. They need someone like you to come in. There's a job opportunity for you. So that's it. Our company really wants to enhance the way we create jobs in the fitness industry. It's not anymore about going to an institute, paying thousands of dollars, learning a lot of things, and then what happens after. I still feel that no one is taking care of that instructor once they've completed a certification or a accreditation. So hopefully we are the tool that's going to solve that problem within the industry globally.
I think that's great, and I totally agree with you. Once these young guys are going through the institutes and they're getting their qualification, there really are no mentors out there to be leading them in the right direction immediately. There are great mentors out there and there are great fitness business coaches, but there is a gap. There is a gap from the institute to the time they get their first job. And unfortunately, in some circumstance, they get their first job and they use the person who has employed them as their mentor. And sometimes this can be a great thing if this person is open to giving everybody opportunity, but it also can have negative impact, hence why we have such a large majority of fitness professionals who are leaving the industry within 10 to 12 months of coming out of the institutes. Deb, can I just ask you a question? And I might be putting you on the spot a little bit. I love the white label version. So I'll be out there, talking to anybody that's got a few clubs. This is a product you must get. Just tell me, with the white label product, is there any way, or do you already have this implemented, where the instructor can actually put in how many people attend their class, and that report then goes back to the GFM?
Yes, I do. You don't put me on the spot, but I love when you put me on the spot. But look, if someone really wants to know all the features about the white label product and have a more deeper conversation, feel free to contact me, Deborah, DEBORAH @airfitness.fit. We do have a basic package, just like any software package out there, like your Zero, your Mind Body, but we can also custom build it for your needs. And we basically work the same as a Mind Body. It's a monthly fee, and the app is yours, right? We build it. It's already built. We add your logo, your needs, your reports. It's incredible. And, we're already working for version 3. I can't tell you too much, or maybe you should invite me for a third show in 6 months. Launch version 3, but it's very exciting, very disruptive, and I do hope that for 2020, the industry catches up with technology. I know change is frightening for some people, but businesses cannot afford to have their GFM or their area manager spending 2 to 3 hours a day scrolling Facebook, scrolling WhatsApp, looking for staff and managing staff. Those 2-3 hours should be focused on professional and personal development for the staff. Let Subaclass do that job for you. It's seamless, it's accurate, and it's 2020.
I mean, I agree with you, Deb. I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm saying to myself, well, the Subaclass app can actually replace part of the GFM's role. Now, that's not a bad thing, okay? As you said, it is not the job of the GFM to sit down and to be calling people for fill-ins. I would be saying to the majority of clubs out there, you need to look at the app, you need to implement it into your club, and then what you need to do is, with those extra hours that the GFM now has, you need to be running in-house training sessions for your group fitness instructors. There is not enough education out there in the industry at the moment for our group fitness instructors, and they are desperately in need of more to upskill, to also be flexible with the programming that they teach. So if you implement Subaclass into your club, that is then going to allow your GFM to be organizing more in-house training sessions, and therefore what happens is you upskill your instructors, your members are happy, more feet keep coming through the door to the classes, and that at the end of the day adds more profit to your bottom line. Deborah, there's a lot of conventions on this year, and I know that you and I are going to be crossing paths at quite a few of them. Now, for our international people who want to speak to you face to face, can you just give me a rundown of some of the conventions that you will be attending, that they can throw you an email and organize a time to speak?
Definitely. So starting with URSA in San Diego, I will be there. I'll be walking the show. Next will be FIBO in Cologne. I'll be attending the European Health Forum on the 1st of April. And then at FIBO, again, walking the show for 2 or 3 days, trying to visit all the halls. And from there, I'll be at the Fit Summit in Singapore, and of course at Filex in Sydney in April. So that's really my schedule for the next, 3 months. But I'm always available on Skype, social media. So if you need to contact me, like I said before, my email is Deborah, DEBORAH @airfitness.fit.
And the great thing is, Deb, I'll be at all of those conventions with you.
Don't trouble, always.
And also, Deborah is a WIFA ambassador. So if you're interested in getting involved and being mentored by women professionals in the fitness industry, do get in touch with Deborah. As I said, she is a WIFA ambassador for Australia, and she's doing a fantastic job with that. Deb, I'm going to drop all of your details into the bottom of our podcast should our listeners want to get in touch with you. Where can they, if they wanted to have a look at Subaclass as a demo, is it best that they just get in touch with you direct?
They can get in touch with me, but they can download the app. We're available on the Apple Store and Google Play, and I'm sure we'll be able to give your listeners a free trial. We can share a code with your listeners. They can use the app for free for a month. And then if they do want to have a look at what the white label software can do, it's best for them to email me.
Fantastic. So today I've spoken to Deb Goldberg. She is the founder of Subaclass. She is a fitness catalyst and a tech lover creating change across the fitness business industry internationally. Deborah, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Mel, for always supporting me and inspiring me and the rest of the women in the fitness industry.
You're very welcome. And Deb, we are going to be touching base at all of those conventions. I'm so excited to be seeing you then. As I said, I'll be dropping Deb's details into the bottom of our podcast today. And I'd like to thank you, all our listeners, for tuning in today, and to remind you that the Women's Fitness Business Leaders podcast is strongly supported and sponsored by FitRec, Fitness Registration for Fitness Professionals. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Mel.